Hello world, and welcome to another coding a roguelike in C stream. It's been a bit. I think the last stream was last Thursday or Friday. Yeah, it was last Thursday. So it's been 5 or 6 days, and the reason that I've been away from streaming is because I went to TwitchCon this weekend, which was totally awesome. And I got to meet a bunch of other game dev and programming streamers, which was a lot of fun. A real good group of folks, and we got to talk about what it is we do and how we can bring more people to the creative area within Twitch. And yeah, so just a really good group of folks. And I got the one thing. There was lots of swag, but my favorite piece of swag, I got a notebook. I spoke to one of the nice folks that worked at Twitch. They work in the development group, and I got a Twitch developers notebook, which I will put to good use as we work on this game. All right, so it's going to take me a little bit to kind of remember where we left off. We were working on map beautification and cleaning up our map. Remember our map, the rooms were getting carved up kind of like Swiss cheese, and so we're being smart about how we lay out our hallways. And I did do a bit of work off stream because I'm impatient and I couldn't wait to dive into some of this stuff. So I guess I'll show you the current state. Let's make sure that we're okay. You guys see that? Okay, so we started up in this area, and remember we've got our shadow casting working. Now the thing is we've eliminated the hallways temporarily, the current. So let me, before we continue work, it would be helpful to turn off our shadow casting so that we can see the whole map. So in render screen we are going to so remember our field of view map, if it's greater than 0, that means that it's visible. And a 0 is an invisible, so I'm going to make all our invisible objects visible temporarily. And then I'll have to remember to come in and clean that up. So let me build. Okay, so that's what our map looks like for the moment. And remember we put in the debug, if we hit the M key right now, it'll randomly generate more maps, or a different map, so we can test our algorithm on several maps without leaving. Now I can already see one optimization that we're going to want to do, or one beautification. I think we're going to want to change our room sizes and make them a little bit bigger, because some of them are very kind of a lot of really tiny rooms. Like this one's got some smaller ones, but we can play with it. All right, so we've got everything showing. So let me pull this over here so we can see this again. Alright, so last time we were streaming, we were looking at this get segments. And basically we're walking each between the two given points, and we're finding spans. Whenever we find a span that is between two rooms, we mark it. So we had coded most of this stuff up last time. One thing we didn't do is we hadn't finished the room containing point. This was something I did off stream, and it's a real simple test to see if we're given a list of all of our known rooms and the count of those rooms, and we basically loop through every single room, and if we find a room that contains that point, we return immediately. If we loop through all the rooms and we don't find the point, then we return -1 for not found, or not found case. And then we say if our return value is not -1, and we've found a room that is different than our current room, because it returns the room index, then we add a new segment between current room and the newly found room. We insert it into our segment list, and then we update our current room and last point values. So once we fall out of this map get segments, we should have a list of all of our known segments. So the next, let's find where this is being used. So the next thing we want to do is walk that segment list and compare our segments and eliminate any dupes. So we get the element that's the head of the list, and then we're going to loop through that list while we still have elements. So I think we're actually going to need another list that contains unique segments. So let's do that. We'll do that's the other thing that I did off of stream. I optimized the list interface to fit my preferred use cases. So what we did is, instead of calling list init with a list that we've already allocated memory for or added on the stack, I prefer to define and initialize the list all in one line here. We have a pointer to it, and list init will handle allocating the memory and return us a pointer to our list. It'll allocate the memory, initialize the list, and return us a pointer, which we can then send to all of the other calls that manipulate our list. All of those calls take pointers to the list. I also renamed... I renamed insert list after. I shortened it a little bit. I think it was called list insert element after or something. And then list remove I changed. This was previously it was like list remove after, and you were giving it the element that you wanted to remove, pop the thing after the given element, and that's just really led to some awkward usage. So what I did is I turned the singly linked list into a doubly linked list, which basically means that instead of just pointing to the next thing, an element points to both the next thing and the previous thing. And what that allows us to do is, for list remove, instead of pointing to the thing before the thing you want to delete, you just point to the thing that you want to delete. And what it'll do is pop that thing out of the list, and then basically, if you're in between two elements, it'll point those elements back at each other. And if you're at one end of the list or the other, it'll do the appropriate things. So those are the changes that I made off stream, and I think it leads to a better list API. So those were the off-stream changes. So let's get back into today's. So we're going to declare another list called unique segments. And this will walk the list. So we're walking our segment list. And each one of the elements contains a segment. And let me refresh my memory what we'd call the segment. So we have a start, an end point, and then the room we're going from and the room we're going to. So room from and to. All right. That makes sense. So the first what we're going to do is we're going to say if e-data, and remember e.data is a segment pointer in this case. I think we need to parens around the whole thing. Because otherwise we'd just be casting E. We'll see. So if e.data or e-data, we want to say we're going to want to compare the two rooms in each segment. So while if the segment that we're looking at has the same rooms as any other segment in the unique segments list, then we ignore it. I wonder if it would be useful to extend our list to perform some sort of matching. Well, let's write it here, and then we can extract it into a function of the list if we think that'll be useful. So we're going to need another pointer. That'll be our unique element. So let's say, all right, what was our segment? It was a U30, I-32, room from and to. Okay. I think we need that. And then this would be from. I wonder if we need to. Hey, Smooth Dog. Hey, Mr. Love Pickle. How's it going? Yeah, long time no see. I was at TwitchCon this weekend, so I was soaking up all of the streaming goodness and played a lot of games that were in alpha or beta state, and got to meet a bunch of other streamers. So it was really cool. But I'm glad to be back and working on the game. How have you been? A little greedy there with the selection. Oh, you followed the stream, but the backpack live stream. That was pretty crazy, Smooth Dog. I didn't realize that they were actually live stream. I just went over. He was wearing like a game dev shirt. And, he ended up being the moderator for the game dev streamers panel, which was pretty cool. But that backpack, that was quite the setup. I'm surprised that that all stayed intact the whole time. All right, I'm gonna. Are you a developer, Smooth Dog? Let's do found match. Set that up, and then if we find if we find that we have a segment that matches, then we're going to set found match to true, and we're going to break out of the loop immediately, out of the while loop. And so what we're going to do here and there, what are your languages or development platforms of choice? So the interesting case is if we didn't find a match. If we did find a match, then we're gonna do nothing and move on. Hey, Game Dev 513, how's it going? So if we find a match, we are going to want to add the segment So what I want is not a Boolean. I actually want let's call it list element segment seg will be our so if it's null, instead of saying found match, we set seg to our e. Should be Lua. Oh, cool. Yeah, Lua's a neat language. I've read a couple books on it. I haven't done too much coding, but I know a lot of the engines have Lua embedded in it because it's really good for scripting the behaviors inside of other engines while still being fairly efficient in terms of performance and memory, I think. So cool. All right, so this becomes if useg, if I can type, is not null. Then we want to say list insert and we'll give it our list. This will be our unique segments list, and we will add it after null, which means just pop it on, push it onto the head of the stack and or the front of the list, and then set the data. So what we want to push on there is oh man, typing is on point. Seg, which is a pointer, so that's good. All right. We have Alright, now I realized my my little music thing is not running. That thing shuts down after. There we go. Now you can see the tunes. If you dig the tunes, you can see what tracks are playing. So we're gonna loop. I should probably check these in both directions. Has programming been my job? Yes. I am a mobile developer by day. I do mostly Swift and Objective-C, building iOS apps for my day job. I do also do some Android programming, but I prefer not to. And this is just kind of my relaxation project, or my pet project that allows me to stretch my brain in ways that I don't do during the working day. Let's see. Do I have my parens matched up? Yeah, they seem to match up now. Alright, this is going to be rather an ugly if statement, but I think it's necessary. Because we're going to need to check it in both directions. So what I mean is that this should be room 2. Should be room 4. So no matter where those values are stored, we'll check both. Check to see if it is a truly unique segment. Alright, and if we have a unique segment, we insert it, and then we keep going. That seems reasonable. We'll go with that. And then the last bit then, once we break out of this outer while loop, we will have looped through all of the known segments, and we will have accumulated a list of unique segments. So that then what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to carve not our segments. We're going to want to carve out our unique segments. I have a note in here, add them to the hallway list, and I have no idea why I have that. Join all rooms with corridors so all rooms are reachable. I don't think I'm even using this. I think this is not correct. I think hallways is what I think unique segments is what I was thinking. Okay, yeah, I think. Wait, I'm doing this for each. Going to random points of the room. Break the proposed hallway into segments. And then I'm walking the segment list. Oh. So, yeah, unique segments is wrong here. what I want to do is I want to use this outer hallways list. And so this is still okay. It's just hallway elements. And then if our unique segment is not null, we insert it into hallways. Hallways. And then we move next. And what we want to do, we don't want to carve out the new segments here. What we want to do is move this outside of the loop. And then carve out hallways. And this just needs hallways. Cleaning up segments. Allocate segments there. Okay. This will clean up everything. And then we carve the hallways, and then we destroy the hallways. So that sounds right. Just take a list of hallways here, I think. So now what we're going to do is and if that's not null, we're gonna, oh, I need to figure out what. Based on the points, I need to examine the points and see whether it's a vertical or a horizontal hallway. So is it a pointer? Segment struct, so That's a lot of parents. I don't know if I need all these parentheses, but maybe we'll see if we... point start end. Yep. So we'll grab the start and end points, and then we'll say if p1.x is p2x. If the x's are the same, then we have a vertical hallway. From P1 to P2. Otherwise, it's a horizontal. Hey, Adventure Time Worldwide. Yes, this is dungeon, hallway, and room generation code. We've already done the room generation, and the problem was that all of our hallways, our initial algorithm, was basically carving our rooms into tiny bits because the hallways were going everywhere. So now we're trying to eliminate hallways that are joining the same two rooms together and cut down on the number of hallways. That will hopefully lead to prettier maps. And I think we are nearly ready to see if this thing's going to compile. Alright, so we've done our segment list. Are you a coder, Adventure Time Worldwide? Carve out our segments by walking the hallways list. Now, let's see. Yeah, so this parent's at 259. Yeah, this weirdness with the parens. It's saying left of room front, let's point to struct unit. Now, E data. You code just enough to get by, huh? That's cool. Do you have any game dev or just other types of programs? Alright, so what is this E data? When we get our list elements, the list element is a pointer to the data. So E is a pointer. should be a pointer. The left, so it's saying that this bit right here needs to point to a structure, and right now it's probably getting a pointer. Writing music apps. Oh, you do have code for dungeon generation. That's cool. That's neat. Yeah, basically this algorithm, it's very simple to start with, because start simple, get it working, and then we can play with it. But it will basically draw randomly generated rooms. We generate a random height and width for a room, and then we try and fit it into the map. And we basically repeat until, and we don't want the rooms to overlap or anything, so we check to see if there's any overlap. And if there is, then we try and put that room somewhere else. Otherwise, we just throw it out if we fail a certain number of times. And then once we have our certain percentage of our map's space filled with rooms, then we try and draw hallways between them. That's what we're working on now. Alright, I wonder, could the solution be to actually add another paren? Let's see if that's... Yes, that was the solution. Add more parentheses. That's awesome. We had to wrap this whole casted structure. And then we need to do that again here. And then I think it was complaining about one more place. That was 343, 344. No, we just did that. 265. Oh, in here. Oh man, this is ugly. Give that a little extra space, because that's just hideous. Hey, Gun Games, how's it going this evening? Long time no see. I have been at TwitchCon, so I was fortunate enough to be able to go this year, and so I've been having a lot of fun meeting other streamers and meeting other game dev streamers and checking out lots of new games and getting some swag and all that stuff. So it was a good time. How is progress on your game going? C# Unity, yes, most of them were, which is fine. That's cool. There's some. Hey, to the end user. It allows them, to the game player, as long as the game is fun, that's what's important. The player of the game doesn't care what the tech stack is or any of that stuff. So there are a ton of awesome games out there, all built in Unity or Unreal or any of that stuff. I love, I play a ton of games built on those stacks, and they're pretty awesome engines, but I enjoy getting down to the metal and really diving in and seeing what's going on. It's certainly a lot slower to develop that way. But at least if I choose to build my next game using one of those platforms, I can help me. It can help me at least understand what might be going on under the hood. Okay, so this compiled now. Let's see what we might not have. And I see no hallways, so that's not good. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to step through this stuff because I'm sure it's not working the way that I think it is. Let me just eyeball it real quick and see if anything jumps out at me. Alright, I'm interested in putting a breakpoint around here, so let's fire up. Let's fire up our Visual Studio. Please hold while Visual Studio launches itself. Let's make sure that you can see that. Okay. Are you guys? Why are you not seeing that? What is going on, Visual Studio? Let me open up my source. Okay, you can see it now. Weird. Grand Theft Auto 5 online? Oh, I didn't even know you could play it online. Yeah, playing games is very detrimental to programming games. I was too tired to stream last night, so I just vegged out and played Rocket League for a little while, which is super fun. There's also a new game that they were showing off at TwitchCon, and I'd seen a couple people streaming it before, but I hadn't gotten a chance to really see it up close until TwitchCon. It was called Streamline, and it's built by Proletariat, I think is the name of the game studio. And it's integrated with Twitch, so if you're watching a streamer play this game, you can actually go to this special website called Streamote.tv, I think, streamote.tv, and go to that streamer's channel on that site, and you get to affect things in-game, which is really a lot of fun. So if you haven't seen anybody streaming that, or you haven't had a chance, it's actually the free, if you heard about Twitch Prime, if you sign up for Twitch Prime, you get a free download of that game, and it's super fun. So I definitely, well, if you want to be productive, I don't recommend that you download the game, but if you don't care about productivity, then go for it, because it's a lot of fun. Okay, let me launch this and attach the debugger to it. Let me just make sure that, okay, it's hiding. Debug. I'm going to attach, and then I'm going to put a breakpoint. Okay. Distractions are the worst, but they're so much fun. Okay, so I want to find my map generate. Here it is. And then I want to put a breakpoint right, I guess, here. And then I will trip my map generation code so that we hit that breakpoint. Okay, so now we're stopped. Our hallways. I just want to make sure that this is initialized properly. It looks right. Size. Head and tail are null. It's perfect. Okay. And our rooms array is, what is our room count? 21. E. Okay. And then we get so from and to look valid. We get 2 random points to join those rooms. We init our segments, and then it looks like we're going to move vertical first, then horizontal. So we generate a midpoint, and so, okay, map get segments. We want to step in here. We're going to walk between our 2 points, which in this case are 68.5 and 68.17. So we're going to be moving vertically. Between 5 and 17. Our step is 1. Is horizontal is false, that's right, good. And so then from y is greater than 2y. In this case, from y is 5, and so it is not the case. So our step should still be 1 if we fall out of this. Yep. Current room is -1. Whoa, what just happened? While current x is not equal to we just fell right out of our loop, which is definitely a problem. Last point, set to from, so current, what is current set to? From. So while our current x is not equal to, so this is equal right here, which makes sense. I think this while, the condition is wrong. What should it be? Intention. The intention with that is that we want to stop only when both are equal. So this should be an OR. No, it should. We want to exit when x equals x and y equals y. Oh, I'm getting tired. Okay. I think what we want is a big knot around this. So while when x equals x and y equals y, these are both be false. These will both be false, and then this will become true. So that's what I think. Let's stop our debugging at this point, and this up. That was it. Okay, so just do you'll save that change. Let's build. Oh, hold on. Now it's just not responding. Now it's spitting. Okay. So we may have fixed that problem. Let's add a breakpoint. Let me see. Yeah, how do I enable those links? Yeah, if you want to, I'll definitely check it out. If you want to send the link to my Twitter @pdcodes, or else I'll try and figure out for next stream. I'll turn on links. Just figure out how to. Moderate the links so that they show up. Sorry about that. Alright, so let's see. Breakpoint. Let's put a breakpoint right here. Stuck. Gonna run it and try and attach. I guess that'll tell us where we are. Alright, so we hit our breakpoint. Can you probably not. Let's hide this. And hide that. Show that. Okay. Alright, so we started the game again. Cool. Yeah, shoot it to my Twitter, that's perfect. Because I love seeing different algorithms for generating maps. As I said, like, this is a very simple one that's really a stepping stone. We'll, maybe for certain levels we'll have different map generation algorithms, some that are less boxy, or less boxy runes. Alright, so we are here, and we've got our from is 5218 and our to is 4418. So this is a vertical, this is a horizontal one between 52 and 44. So our step should be -1. Is that our step? Yes, it is. And whoa. Well, that's surely a problem. Maybe we're never exiting this loop. Let's see what this is doing. This is wacky. So we're containing point. It's definitely not going to contain a point because it's like way the hell off the map. So our current X plus our step so this should be, last digit should be 93. So how did we ever get that high? RPG's close to your heart. Yeah. Me too. Read about your life in your local papers. Realize the end of us is getting near. You're just a droplet of paint trickled off your canvas. Delirious illusions. How on earth did we get to this point? Really appealing to a lonely prisoner. Now what's your vision? Initiate your shading, blending universe together in time. It only gets a little easier. Suddenly piece yourself back together now. Current would have gotten set to from. Did we loop? Didn't hit our, so current Y should still be equal to 2. That's right. So this part is false. So these two became equal. This should have. This is here. Sheet. Because this is twisting my brain. Say while not done. And I don't wanna have to give a damn about you or your inhibitions. And after all, you're the one who told me love was not for everybody. However, I'm starting to see this world in the right light, yet it still gets darker. You see, it's just a simple symphony or a painting. So now we're testing specifically for the end case that we want, which is where x equals x and y equals y. done is true, and then we continue, which should put us right back here, and then
in the midst of summer it won't exist.
I'll fall asleep.
This emptiness,
So
it's just a blank slate, waiting for a painter to interfere.
kill the
It's quite
game
complex,
executable.
but what I know,
And I'm gonna build. Let's try rerunning it. Nope, still running off in Never Never Land. Let's debug. Okay, so this is different. We actually crashed, which means that we fell out of that loop. Perfect. Okay, so where's our stack? We're in map generate 280. So we actually fell out of here. Cleaning up our segments. Saying while list size is greater than 0, do a list remove. And the problem here is list head is null, so you can't set list head value. So if element is null, if element is null, why would element be null if we're trying to remove the head. So and then the head is also null, so we're basically done. What I don't get is why the tail isn't null. It's a different issue though. So if we need to check list data is list head data. Okay, so we grab the data out of the list head. I still think we need to check and make sure that the list head is not null. No, but we're saying if list size is... Do we ever decrement this? Yeah. So... See, we've already changed our list head pointer. I wish we had seen. Maybe we should really check and make sure that this is behaving appropriately. So I'm gonna... I can't really stop and run it again. Maybe I can. No. I don't think it's gonna let me restart. new Twitch format? What do you mean the new Twitch format is buggy? The page layout, or what? They just updated the channel pages. So if the size of the list is 0, then we should bail, so I don't know why list head. "22 broadcasts." Oh, yeah. I've noticed that the category pages sometimes don't pull back everything, or sometimes it's supposed to be like infinite scroll. So as you scroll the list, it's supposed to bring in more entries until you hit the bottom. But I've noticed that sometimes it doesn't. It doesn't show all of the channels, or it takes a little while after I start streaming for it to show up, which makes sense, but I'm surprised that it doesn't show up there now. Alright, well, this is frustrating because I would like to go back in time and know what the list looked like when I got tail. It's garbage too. List is size 1. Alright, so size 1. That might be good enough to go on. So if size is 1, the element to remove is list head. And then list head gets set to list head next, which would be set to null. So we definitely need a null check here. Okay, so that should be, we should have a null check there and only assign it. So do we need a similar check in the else? If else, then we're pulling it from I think I've already got the null checks. Okay, let's stop debugging. Thanks for trying to find a solution there, Windows, but I got this. Let's try. Where's my? Okay, let's see. It built. Let's see what happens. Ah, well, okay. We didn't crash, but we still don't have hallways. Okay, let's continue with the debugging. Oh, I should run that again. And then pull it. Let's attach. And Let's see. Well, let's work from top to bottom. So we'll hit that breakpoint, but I also want to, let's put a breakpoint here and see if we've gotten any segments. Right, so I'm going to trip the breakpoint. All right, so our room count is 21 again. Weird. I'm going to let this fly to the next breakpoint. Continue. Oh, we're in our get segments, so I'll remove this and just continue. So when we're here, segments is 4. That's good. We've got 4. Let's just look at the head and see if it. No, this is not going to let me see. Let's see. If I do. It's segments with data. Oh, I lost my watch. Okay. Okay, so we've got a start, we've got an end, we've got a room from. And we've got a room 2, that's nice. Okay, so that, seems good that we've gotten segments here. So now let's walk the segment list and eliminate any segments that join rooms that are already joined. So for this is our first time through the loop. There shouldn't be any duplicate segments. So everything we see here should go into the hallway list. Let's close this up. So where's our E? E is not null. Room 1, 2, 5 and 1, yes, that's what we saw. We get the hallways, so the hall element should be null, yes. And then, so we should fall immediately out of this. Oh. Yeah, that's definitely a problem. We want to add our unique segment. So I guess in this case, There's no special case where set. To E. Else we'll do our that should work a bunch better. Alright, stop doing and go to game and rebuild. And now we're showing some bit. Attach. Not hitting, so pause it. Oh. So of course that's an invalid. That's why you should always write your exit conditions first. Okay. Oh. Programming one. Let's kill the game again. Oops, did I hide that from you? Sorry. So we didn't have a exit condition here. I just added this line. So let's build, visually run. Alright, crashed, which is and we got an access violation. This is the joy of working with pointers. So now we're into our carve routine, which is good. And our 2 is just not 2 are just ridiculous. P1 and P2 are silly. I've got one hallway. I don't understand that hallway. reasonable segments from this. So, 1, 2, list element. E is not equal to null. So our hull element and then it's tagged through. Otherwise, so it's a list element. Oh, you know what? That's the actually. Don't want the element. The segments. So this should be segment, and this should be E is what? So seg is a segment pointer, and then we put that segment pointer in as our data. That's the problem. We're trying to insert a list element as the data. It's just not going to work. So segments. Yeah. List element. Keeping just list elements, but we'll extract the data. We use the segment. So similarly here. We will. And then if segment is no, insert the segment into the hotlinks list. Let's try. Well, probably not in the same place. Where are we? Well. Alright, let's destroy. Our hallways look like 76, that's nice. Now, yeah, I'm not entirely sure. This is the first time we're really testing out our list code, so as you can see, we've already found a couple things that we've needed to fix. So this is probably the first time that destroy is getting. Oh, we call destroy on segments. So the problem is with destroy calling 3. So if we didn't allocate I think we're double freeing something. Because when we are, so here's what's I suspect is happening. We are pulling the segment, a reference to the segment from our segments list, and then adding that pointer to our hallways, and then we're calling list destroy segments, which would destroy the data behind that pointer. So then when we go to, it's probably also what was leading to our weird. So what we need to do is make a copy of the structure here. And I think so this is in. I'm gonna stop this. So what we'll do is if you say it's not equal to null, copy. And can we just do like a mem copy? So look at my, consult my handy dandy. Copies and bytes from the buffer source to the buffer dest. Seems like that would. So we need to malloc. So this is a segment. Okay, memory format, and then going to do a mem copy. And it's destination, source, and the size. So seg copy is our destination, seg is our source, and it's going to be size of. Alright, so that built. Should we throw the switch? Oops. Nope, crashed again. Joy. Alright, unhandled exception. Heap has been corrupted, so that's the same error. And it's still in arms destroy. It's still our hallways list. Size is 19. So our data is not null. Now let's see. Let's forget what our data is. Data looks reasonable, except for the fact that it's should have added a from -1 because that's our starter. Figure that out. So this is actually this is the first thing we're trying to destroy. I think I'm gonna stick a fork in this one for tonight because my cognitive functions are slowing down, let's just say. So I think I'm going to take this one offline and kind of stare at the list implementation again. I think there's definitely a problem there. So I'm going to look at this. See if there's any other places where I'm not. Saying. That's why I put it here. These cases. Oh. Again, more. That's the problem. I went through all the effort of making a copy of that, and then I was still inserting the original. Still inserting the original, which is ridiculous. So let me, see if that works. Oh! Alright. Well, it is not, by any stretch of the imagination, the fixed final result, but hey, it didn't crash, and it actually drew a single hallway on our map, so that's a start. but I'm gonna we'll continue this debugging adventure. I think next stream because I'm getting tired, and so I'm gonna call it an evening. But thank you for watching this evening. I think we made some progress. It was kind of we ended up debugging our list data structure, which we're going to be using a ton as we move forward, so it's good that we get the kinks out now while the code base is still small. And, you know, we'll pick up where we left off tonight next stream with, and hopefully end up with a fully debugged app generator that we can then start playing with. So if you are interested in catching the next stream, be sure to hit that follow button to get notified the next time I go live. And in the meantime, if you want to watch older streams, check out the archives on YouTube. Hit me up on Twitter at PDCodes if you have any questions. And the source code is available on GitHub at there we go, that link right there. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.